Pakistan and Kuwait are in early stage talks on an expansive defense agreement that could involve Pakistani troops, fighter jets, drones, and air defense systems in exchange for energy, cooperation, and investments. They it's still under review, but I am not a well, I'm not a big fan of this because Pakistan I view as close to the Islamic regime, but I'm wondering what your thoughts on this is, Armin.
As you know, as much as we are against, we see Pakistan as a threat at this stage, that our enemy is the main enemy is Islamic Republic. More unity against Islamic Republic is a good thing, in my opinion. Like, we do want the Islamic Republic to keep getting more and more isolated. We do want more people to unite with each other against Islamic Republic. Right now, the more immediate problem is the Islamic Republic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I see some twos in the chat. I think Jeff, that's for previous. Okay, Monkey.
Right. Personally, I have the opposite view. I don't want anybody to play with a friend of their messenger boys. I consider Pakistan to be the IRGC messenger boys. They were more loyal to being their messenger boys since more than the Omanis were. Like, they have stayed true to being their messenger boys. And anywhere I see Pakistan, I'm going to suppose there's some messaging going on between the IRGC. Maybe something they want something from Kuwait to get some concessions or not get attacked as much. And I wouldn't, because why does Saudi not get attacked a lot? Well, maybe the Pakistanis and the Saudis have a relationship and they're being messenger boys. And Pakistan goes over there. Hey, you see how they don't even hate Saudi Arabia? You see what I did? You see, I got JD Pence off JD Pence. I'm sorry. I got JD Pence off the hit list on their newspapers and Saudi Arabia. I could get you off the hit list too. I'm their little messenger boy. So I don't like Pakistan being near anyone because they just tend to be the messenger boy for them.
Oh, but by the way, Kuwait is getting Israeli-made defense. They're rushing some advanced Israeli counter drone technology is being shipped to Kuwait. The U.S. military is deploying that in Kuwait. So the Kuwait itself is not acquiring it from Israel directly due to political policies, but the United States military has purchased advanced Israeli Smash 2000 Elmi smart sites. This counter drone technology is being actively rushed to American bases inside Kuwait to defend, Kuwait and also service members against relentless drone attacks launched by the Iranian regime. So they're getting that. It's interesting because I think that United States is being the intermediary right now. They're like, can we buy some Israeli stuff? We're like, yeah, okay, Israel, here, give them stuff. So we're like, no, 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 no. We're not gonna. We can't buy it from Israel. US, can you buy that? Can you buy that for us, please? Thank you so much. Can we buy it from United States? We don't want to buy stuff from Israel. Thank you. Can you just be in the middle? It's interesting.
Okay, Jeffrey also wants to respond.
Yeah, I mean, so valid points. You have these tangling alliances. Pakistan's a mixed bag. There's a lot of criticism to be had within the less desirable elements inside Pakistan. Islamic fundamentalists very much finding their origins in things that were outsourced by other Gulf states during the latter part of the Soviet era of the Cold War. Pakistani ISI plays both sides. I mean, so it's a mixed bag to be sure. They're very much Pakistan has a lot of entanglements with the Chinese Communist Party, and the Chi-Coms use Pakistan as an intermediary almost assuredly to try and protect their regime remnants, because the Chi-Coms want that dirty, dirty, heavy, sour crude for the teapot industries, among other things. But yeah, I mean, I can understand a lot of anger there. Although there are some elements inside Pakistan that are actually they're decent. The only thing is, again, mixed bag, right? They have nuclear weapons. Pakistan, the way their approach towards stockpile stewardship or ensuring control, I don't even say positive control, because Pakistan doesn't have the kind of strategic depth that India does. They have lowered or at least they did traditionally relegate the ability to launch a nuclear strike within like regional commanders. So, that's a way of like ensuring retaliatory, they're like Pakistan's approach towards ensuring retaliatory safeguards should India do a decapitative strike. That almost actually happened twice, once in the latter part of the 1990s and just recently, even though I hated Bill Clinton, his buddies killed my buddies and his stupid shit killed my buddies in Somalia. I very much appreciated that administration providing satellite intel to both India and Pakistan to minimize that threat miscalculation and fog of war then. Just like I very much appreciate President Trump, who did not kill my fellow soldiers and very much loves my fellow soldiers, providing that kind of transparency during the most recent dust up between India and Pakistan. The reason I'm mentioning that is it reiterates the point regarding why Pakistan is a very mixed bag and troubled child. They have nuclear weapons. That's why bad guys want it, right?
Jeffrey, before you go, this is actually such an important point that I wish more people understood this, because a lot of people just talk about Pakistan as if it's just one thing, and I'm so grateful that you're saying that, because there there are elements within Pakistani government, not the government, the military, that are very pro-American. I'm not like, a lot of Pakistan is not like that, but there are parts of Pakistani's military. So we have parts of the military that is very much in ISIS territory, like within, like very pro-ISIS, very pro-Taliban, very pro-Al Qaeda. We have so many different, but we also have pro-American fractions within the Pakistani army. Can you speak to that?
So yeah, that's exactly the point. So one of my colleagues, his name's Staff Sergeant George A. Rice, by the way, he's running for mayor in Mission, Texas. I call him Diz. He's a sweet guy. When he was operating inside Afghanistan, not to tell his story, there were Pakistani ISI, very much the mixed bag. Half of them were very pro Al Qaeda, very much tried it, actively hid, bin Laden for years. So, you had some of those pro Al Qaeda, like Pakistani ISI, kind of go across. They were like, Diz was placed on a hillside, right? Doing like, maintaining observation on a pass. And so the Pakistani ISI guys came across the other side of that, on another mountaintop, and they started taking fire, right? Started taking fire from fucking Al Qaeda and the Taliban. So they just kind of put a couple of 50 cal rounds over that Pakistani ISI's position. All of a sudden, those rounds stopped coming in. So what's the point? The point is that half of that Pakistani ISI very much supportive of U.S., particularly in the latter part of the Soviet era of the Cold War. They played a direct role in assisting the Mujahideen, read not the same as Al Qaeda, in resisting Soviet aggression. The other half of the Pakistani ISI were like hardcore Wahhabists and very much developed the Taliban out of internationally displaced war orphans in the Afghan Civil War and created the Taliban. So this is a big issue. My uncle-in-law, he was actually a colonel in Pakistan's nuclear forces. And after India and Pakistan had detonated their nukes in the latter part of the 90s, me and him, like, he came over to my in-laws' house and they're like, don't talk to him. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to have this talk. Fuck that. I mean, I got ostracized for like 5 years from that family. And so we had a very frank and in-depth discussion. I was like, I get why you want it, and I understand why you dispersed all your stuff, right? You're trying to ensure like security. The problem is that you have no real stockpile stewardship, and the fact that you and India detonated your weapons almost escalated to a nuclear exchange that would have killed 30 million people. and you demanded to be included into the Permanent Security Council, which the reason people said no is it would have opened up the friggin' floodgates for everybody to do that. Because everybody goes, okay, nuclear weapons, we get veto status. Like we had like a long, frank discussion. This guy is very pro-US. He's on the pro-US side. There's a reason I'm sharing that. A lot of others, not so much. And that's the reason why Pakistan is a very complicated issue, right? There's a history there with regards to what they did when they helped us arm the Mujahideen. Actually, if you ever watched Charlie Wilson's War, I actually sat next to the woman, the real life woman of the one Charlie Wilson used, the right wing evangelical lady. She was at IWP with like maybe 10 people, and we were watching that movie talking about how that actually played out. She's the one that facilitated his meet with the Pakistani president. You know, I mean, it illustrates that things are not so easy as you see on the fucking like news banner, right? It doesn't lend itself to a slogan. It also illustrates in no insignificant manner some of the underlying challenges when it comes to entangling alliances. Not that we shouldn't have them, just understand how complex they are. Maybe that's the reason why our founding fathers mentioned we should be wary of them. Not in the sense that you should not have them, just understand just how complex that can be. It was entangling alliances that in very many ways underwrote the escalation of the assassination of Duke Ferdinand to the First World War. I mean, that's where we're kind of at now. So now we really got to handle things down because it isn't just the First World War where you just got to deal with artillery and machine guns anymore.
My name is Armin Navabi. I'm an Iranian political analyst with decades of experience fighting the Islamic regime inside and outside of Iran. Make sure you follow me for more, and also make sure you join our discussion group. I'm there almost every single day. Come talk to me there and the rest of the people there in our group calls. It's a great place to meet and talk to people who like talking about politics. The link is in the description and or in the bio. You could also get there by scanning the QR code on the screen. See you there.